Storm Tracker 9 weather with Chief Meteorologist Dylan Robichaud.
We are getting to that time of the year where we're looking at some big coastal storms, and with that comes increasing swells as well. So let's talk about what you can expect up and down the coast over the next couple of days. And as we go into tomorrow, you'll notice that the swells will be increasing. So tonight they're generally around 5 to 10 feet, but then as we head into tomorrow, we're looking at waves upwards of 12 feet. And then as we go into tomorrow night, we're looking at waves between 10 to 15 feet. Now, high tide will be at 10:44 a.m., low tide right at 4:37 on the nose tomorrow afternoon. So here's a look at our next coastal storm, and what do the colors on this map represent? They represent the wave height. And there's a legend at the top of your screen to make it easier for you. But the greens, we're looking at waves around 10 feet. As we go into tomorrow night, top right-hand corner of your screen, this is going to be 8 a.m. on Wednesday. We have some yellows moving on in, so we're looking at waves between 10 to 15 feet at times. And then late week, Thursday, Friday, we're back to the blue, so waves will be generally around 5 feet. All right, St. Anne Pass and Willamette Pass. We're going to the other side of the valley now, and we're looking at wet roadways out there tonight. Snow levels just barely get down to around 5,000 feet. That is pass level going into the next couple of days. So what does that mean? We may get a few wet snowflakes here going into tomorrow night in the first part of Wednesday morning. The satellite loop shows that next cold front, it is off to the races, ladies and gentlemen, and this is quickly moving into the coast, and we'll be looking at showers arriving here pretty soon. Right now, though, some of this rainfall is not actually making it to the ground, but as we go into tonight past midnight, here she comes. Some heavy rainfall, and look at the timing. You could not have chosen a worse timing for the heaviest rainfall. I think that front makes it to us right about 8 o'clock in the morning. And what happens? That is the morning rush hour. So a lot of you will get stuck in that tomorrow. 5 p.m., round number 2 comes when everybody's heading back home from work and school. So at 5 o'clock in the evening, again, we got some heavy rainfall out there tomorrow night. Things kind of wind down by Wednesday. And then finally, high pressure is back momentarily for Thursday and Friday, which will lead to some nicer weather and a little bit more sunshine. How much rainfall are we looking at here? If you live along the coast, you're looking at upwards of 3/4 of an inch. And then if you live inland, we'll knock off the totals a bit, but still about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. So here's our storm tomorrow. See you later. Our next one is back for Thursday and Friday. That's when high pressure returns late week. So the best days, Thursday, Friday, and then here come the clouds. Here's another system offshore that arrives possibly for next Saturday on Eclipse Day. And as we look at the forecast here on Saturday, it looks like we have rain west of the Cascades. East of the Cascades, though, we may be drier. So if you want to see the eclipse, that might be the better plan going into next week. Tonight, we drop down to the 50s. And then as we turn the page to tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at the low to mid 60s. 7-day forecast shows that we are keeping it dry late week, and then we have that chance of rain. Now, the jury is still out on whether or not we get rain over the weekend. Some of the models are differing on whether the rain stays out over the fish or move on shore. So, again, that will have an impact on whether or not we get to see the eclipse. Cascade passes, things are looking nice and swell up there late week and going into the weekend. And then in the valley, temperatures pretty much plateau in the upper 60s. And that's the way we'll be through early next week.
Well, before we know it, it's going to be snowing here in the valley.
Yeah, I'm a snow guy, so bring it on.
All right, Dylan, thank you.
Next on KEZI 9 Sports, it's a big Week 7 of college football for both Oregon and Oregon State. We've got ranked matchups. We'll hear from head coaches Dan Lanning and Jonathan Smith after the break.
Closed captioning on KEZI 9 News is brought to you by Hearing by Design.
Family wage jobs are the backbone of everything we do at Swanson